Good morning. So I have another appointment today. Very excited. It's a beautiful day. It's supposed to be 30 degrees today. It's amazing. Just real quick, you guys probably noticed it's a different scenery than you're used to in my truck. I had to buy a new truck because my other one went, cost too much to fix. So I said, I'll buy a new one. So not a lot going on. I've been meaning to film a video about my Fitbit and how it works and what I think of it and just do a review about it. Unfortunately, I've had some personal things happening with my family, but hopefully that'll take care of itself soon. I'm fine. My kids are fine. My husband's fine. It's extended family. Not extended, but anyway, it's another family member. Hopefully everything will turn out okay. But that's been keeping me quite busy, going to work and then going, I have a family member in the hospital and going to the hospital to see them. And so anyway, it's been keeping me busy, that's for sure. Anyway, I'm looking forward to this class. It should be, interesting since they're not telling us much. It's exciting. I almost like that they're not telling me because then, it's something to speculate and chew over. So, at any rate, I will see you when I get back from the appointment and fill you guys in. See you soon. Hi. Okay, so I'm done my appointment, my class. This one was kind of a two-parter. There was the part of, the first portion of the class was, our exercise person who came in and talked to us about barriers that we thought might be there and what we enjoy to do, what we want to learn how to do, and what to expect, how long after the surgery before you can get back to it and what kind of activities. And so they say for 6 to 9 weeks on average, or until your incisions heal, no more than 10 pounds. And that's not just lifting, that's pushing, pulling, any of that kind of stuff for weight. You can't submerge yourself in still water, so no pools, no bathtubs. You can shower, but you can't do anything else until your incisions are healed. And they said that's, again, is about 8 or 9 weeks, but your doctor will tell you more about that kind of idea. The second portion of the class was psychiatric. So it was, how do you feel? Do you have anxiety about having the surgery or after the surgery or that kind of thing? And how do you feel about certain things? How do you feel about the scale? What's the conversation you have with yourself? Now, I've talked in this blog before about not doing the scale. I don't weigh myself. I get weighed at the clinic because that's part of what they do. And that's kind of how I think about the scale, actually. I think of it as their data. It's something for them. It's a rough estimate for me on how I'm doing it, and that's all it is an estimate. Am I on track? Am I the same? And it helps me mark a little bit about how my changes are, but other than that, I don't really pay attention to the scale. I don't weigh myself. Some people are urged to weigh themselves at the clinic once a week. Some aren't. I'm not told to weigh myself, which is good because that's probably somewhere I'd probably fall down because I do not like the scale. I like to trust my body. My body will tell me what's going on most of the time. So will my clothing and that kind of thing. So anyway, so there was talk about that. So it was a group class, so it was long. But that was because we all had discussions we had to have, about our own body images, what our expectations of ourselves are. So very useful, the discussions were really useful to me, because it's nice to hear that you're not alone, right? It's nice to hear that other people have the same anxieties, the same, I had talked about, I talked about my feelings when I was waiting to get into the clinic. So my journey for this started years ago. I've been on a wait list to get into the clinic for approximately 2 years. Everybody's different. Some people only wait a month. It just depends on their workload and staff available and that kind of thing. But my wait was 2 years to get in the clinic, and now it's been just about a year. It'll be a year in August that I started the actual clinic journey. So everybody's weight is different. And I said, there was times during my weight where I was kind of, you're kind of put in this position where, oh, well, you're healthy, so, this person needs the clinic more than you kind of idea, and I'd get bumped. So it's frustrating to hear that, it's because I'm not unhealthy. So what I spoke about was the frustration I felt with being healthy and not getting into the classes or not getting into the clinic when unhealthy people that weren't making the changes. I said, so there were times where I was, well, I may as well just eat 6 Big Macs a day and call it a day, and that'll get me the clinic, into the surgery. And she had, the psychologist said, she was happy that I brought that up. She said a lot of people feel that way and just never say it because it's the last taboo. You shouldn't think that way. And we had a big discussion about how to deal with those feelings. Now, I haven't felt that way for some time, but you can't help but compare yourself to somebody else. And that's hard to do. So somebody else that got into the clinic before me, because they have health issues, I'm attributing it to their habits. Not necessarily their habits. They could have diabetes from genetics for any number of reasons, but I'm attributing it to that. So you can't compare what you're going through to what they're going through, which is really what I took away from that is never mind what everybody else is doing. Don't worry about everybody else's yard. Worry about your own backyard. And I think that's a really healthy attitude to take. So I'm going to try and adapt that in my day-to-day life and not worry about other people's journeys or how they're doing it or whatever. I'm going to look at how I'm doing things. I've tried not to do my journaling, my vlog while I'm driving because I know I'm a little scattered when I drive, but the classes took a little bit longer and I need to get to work. So, sorry for driving while I'm doing this. Like I said, it was good. There was a lot of benefit to it, but there was a lot of benefit to these classes, so I feel there was a cop there. Here in Canada, we have in Alberta, I don't know if it's all over Canada. I think it's all over Canada. But here in Alberta, for sure, we have the distracted driver law where you're not allowed to be on your cell phone. And I don't know if this counts as being on my cell phone while I'm driving. So I think I'll just stop talking for that second. Anyway, I'll probably edit that out. But anyway, so it was well worth the class. I took a little bit out of it that, at least I'm not alone. I think is a really good thing to take out of it. You're not the only one going through the struggle. You're not the only one that feels the frustration or, you want to get on with it. And I feel better knowing that I'm not the only one that's a little impatient with my world. So, that's really all I have. I was hoping that I'd have a lot more to talk about, but that's really about it. So, on that note, thank you for my regular watcher and commenter. You know who you are. Thank you very much. Your support has definitely egged me on to keep doing the vlogging. So, thanks so much. And that's about it. Motivation is a choice, not a feeling. Take care.